Okay, let's take a look at this first one. I was glad you said by calculator. I don't even know how many possible answers this one would have by hand. 448. So I'll go ahead and put it in. Minus 5x a third minus 36x squared plus 272x minus 448. And you have to have 0 on y2. This process does not work. So I have 0 on y2. So now I'll do second trace. And I see my zoom is messed up here. So let me do a zoom 6, set my zoom back. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to do second trace. Choose intersect. Enter on first curve. Enter on second curve. Now it looks like -7. So let me try -7 for my guess. And it is -7. And this looks like 4. Second trace. Choose intersect. Enter, and let me put 4 in. Okay. Now you don't have to put the what the answer is for the guess. If you put an x value close to it, it'll find that answer. Okay, that's all we found via the calculator. So let's plug that in synthetic division. And I'll plug in 4 first. Does not matter which one you plug in first. I thought 4 might be smaller. Okay, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, 112, multiply, 448, and add, and we get a 0. 0 means we found an answer. So the number in the box is our first answer. No big surprise, calculator tells us is an answer. Now we started out with x to the 4th. We're now down to x to the 3rd. And we're going to plug in the other answer the calculator gave us, which was -7. And you plug it in the line you just found. So I'm going to add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, and add. And we get another 0. Which means x equals -7 is our second answer. Now each answer you find takes it down one more power, so we're now down to x squared. And then this would be x, and this would be our no x, or a constant term. So this is x squared minus 8x plus 16 equal to 0. And this factors using the PSD as x minus 4 times x minus 4 equals 0. Set each factor equal to 0. And we get x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 4. So those would be our 4 answers. Which sometimes when it repeats, it's hard to get that from the calculator if you don't put in the answer for the guess. Let's try to get this by putting 5 in. Second trace. Choose intersect. Enter, and I'll put 5 in. See how I've got 4.000035? That oftentimes happens when it repeats. How you can get around that is when you see this really close like that, try 4 and see if it works. Okay, let's look at the other one. So I got x to the 4th plus 7x to the 3rd minus 6x squared plus 84x minus 216. And I'll do second trace. Choose intersect. Looks like -9 and 2. But let's go through and verify that. In our first curve, in our second curve, -9. Okay. And we'll do second trace again. Choose intersect. inner, put 2 in for the guess. It is 2. Okay. We're going to start off plugging one of these in, doesn't matter which one. I'll start with a negative 9. 1, 7, negative 6, 84, negative 216. Add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, negative 108. This would be, what would this be? 16 plus 8 is 24, negative 24. Multiply, 9 times 4 is 36, 3, 18, 21, 216. Okay, add and we get a 0. Tells us that's our first answer. No surprise, calculus totus is an answer. Now we start off with x to the 4th. We're now down to x to the 3rd. And I'll plug in the other answer, the 2. Then add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. We get another 0, which means x equals 2 is our second answer. And this was x to the 3rd. We're now down to x squared. This would be x, and this would be no x, our constant term. So we got x squared plus 12 equal to 0. Here I'll take the 12 over, it becomes a negative 12. Square root property. Drop your squared, and you put a plus or minus square root on the other side. And negative 12 is negative 1 times 2 times 2 times 3. Now the pair of 2's comes out as a single 2, and negative 1 comes out as an I. So we got plus or minus 2i square root of 3. And those would be our answers.